Thank you.
On draft night, speaking to some of the current players and then to some of the rookies, your name came up first and foremost as a leader in this locker room already, even with the departure of personalities. How did you see that as an opportunity to step in and grow from where you were last year even?
That's a good question. I mean, just being who I am, it's been a leader in whatever role I've kind of played in this league. And sometimes it's starting point guard, sometimes last year was the 3, other times it's been off the bench. But just really leaning into that, obviously knowing, with the departure of Becca and other people that they were going to be looking to be even more. So just doing what I do, though. It's no pressure when it's like part of who you are.
And from where you were last year at training camp to now, what's the difference and how are you feeling?
I mean, some of the difference of what I would say is like you're always competing. I never take anything for granted with the spot, but also just like knowing the team is investing in you from the start. Just having a chance to build, be back with Kurt, I have known Reagan through the years, but really get to know. So, anytime you're returning, there's just more of a comfortability of like, I've been here before. So that familiarity is really nice coming into this year and a little less just like head spinning, new city, new team again, even though I'm from, San Bernardino. It's just not everything is brand new.
And the youth of this team, the fresh energy, do you feel that?
Yeah, definitely. It's squirrely at times because they're babies, but it's just the excitement I think is there. The real strong desire to be here. I think people who like don't take this moment for granted, who are hungry, who are kind of wide-eyed at times also, but there's just a real opportunity I think to build, and you don't oftentimes get a chance to build something, and I think that's pretty special too when you're getting to build the foundation of a group. I kind of asked Kurt if it reminded him of his early Connecticut days.
What did he say?
He was saying, it was, because I came to that team in 2019 and they were kind of had been building, but we're on the way to that. Then we went to the finals in 2019. So it's kind of like, ooh, is this that special? Kind of, it's hard to build something and it's hard. You have to teach, you really have to slow down, but there's also something really special about the opportunity. And so for me, I've kind of been reflective of how when I came in the league, Tamika Catchings was my veteran, and just like, and Breon January was my point guard, and Lynn Dunn was my coach at the time. And so like my foundation in Indiana really set me up to have a strong career in this league because I learned a lot how to be a point guard from Lynn Dunn and from Bree January and how to lead from Catch. And so I really look at it as like a full circle moment for me. Like year 12 is like, wow, like their first experience in this league as rookies is like they get to look to someone like me, and I'm like, that's kind of my role in like the circle of life in this league is like to be that person that's like, hey, here's how to, conduct yourself as a professional. Here's how to learn the rules between the lines. Like I've already been chatting with Ari a ton, and that's really fun and cool just to see a chance to give back in a different way.
Absolutely. And this is, it's beyond the Sparks locker room. Like this women's basketball is on a stage and under spotlights bigger and brighter than ever before. What have you seen this offseason, and how proud are you of the opportunity that's before all of you female athletes this season?
Yeah, just about damn time is really, frankly, the sentiment. It's really refreshing to see, honestly. I think it's taken some pressure off our shoulders for having to try and carry so much of like, we're always trying to be the like, even for example, me being on social media, it's like, we're always trying to tweet and always trying to like get in everything to always like get the attention for us. And now it's like, we don't have to do that as much because we're finally getting the resources. People are paying attention. They're positioning us the way we should be. So I think that's a really fun moment. And then I'm just like super pumped to still be playing because, wherever you fall in your moment of time, it's like I could have been on the back end of my career. I could have been someone who played 20 years ago. I could have been a player. And it's just like I've been the last decade, I've really got to see like the sweet spot of like the end of the Tamika Catching, Swin Cash, Sue Bird era, but then see like the Stewies and Asias come in, and then see the Cam bring some of the younger players and get a chance to play with NECA. So I'm just like really grateful to see the way a decade has like spanned all the different worlds, and just the fact that I'm still playing is like, it's really special time to be a part of our league, and it's cool to see it growing.
Awesome.
This year, Layshia, it seems like to be a total different roster from what it was last year, and seeing the new girls coming in. You see Brink, you see Jackson and Forbes. Like what stood out to you so far in the first 2 practices about the 3 young girls?
Yeah. They're smart. Yeah, they've got a good IQ. I think that's one of the things that I've just loved to see. You can always tell like how well coached some players are coming out, to see how quickly they adapt, just playing tough and playing hard, and really kind of being unafraid, which I love from rookies. It's not that like timid or waiting. It's like just, stepping out there and taking your moment on the court. And so I think that's been really cool.
And so far, you know, from last season, the year with you here in LA, going through this offseason, you know, you went through some physical things, the injury last season. How do you feel right now mentally and physically entering this season?
Really good, yeah. I feel healthy. I feel my foot's super healthy, thank God. Just ready for those 40 games and trying to be ready to, you know, do the sprint and the marathon at the same time, which is what our league is. And the Olympic break will be really nice this year, but it's nice. I think we have the most bodies in camp of all, I think, of any team, which is it's actually kind of, it's kind of tough because then you don't get all the reps, but I'm also like, great, 12 years in, it's nice, you know, you guys got it.
Time off, huh?
Take some of the reps, yeah.
And, you know, Candace Parker yesterday announced her retirement. You know, just what comes to your mind when you hear her name?
Besides her baby hairs, just legend. I mean, she's done so much for our game. I think it's like when you really see someone's stats get listed, you're like, oh God, like she was that good. You knew she was that good, but then you see it and you really, I think, take a step back to celebrate her. And so I love to see that yesterday, the way like she got celebrated and the way she got her flowers, because there's a lot of players who didn't always, you know, I think of Tamika Catchings of like, she was in that era where like women's sports, people weren't paying as much attention. Like Catch should have gotten that much attention and celebration at the end of her career. I felt like that now, like the Candaces are getting, the Sue Birds are getting, you can name the players and players and players who are just getting this moment. So Candace is dope. Adidas family, love her. Excited to see what she does off the court now, knowing this is just the beginning of her next chapter, and waiting for her show on TNT or, you know, like what she's going to do. It's just, she's one of those people that's going to carry the torch now off the court for us the same way she did for many years on the court. So congrats to her. I felt it in my heart when she said she's going to mourn a bit, because there is just, you know, a death of a career. It's always going to be hard whenever you stop.
Thank you.
Yeah.